Hey everybody, we are going to talk a little bit of drama today. We're going to talk about Trisha Paytas. Now, Trisha is somebody who lives her life on the internet. She has an adult website. She has several YouTube channels. She's been in several high-profile um, relationships with men. She's come out as bisexual before. I think she identified as a chicken nugget. I don't even know if that's serious. Anyway, Trisha's not somebody I follow on a regular basis. However, yesterday she showed up in my newsfeed. So I clicked and I watched, and it was Trisha coming out as a trans person, going from female to male. Now, if you've ever seen Trisha, she is very voluptuous. She's very she looks plastic. I don't know if she has plastic surgery, but she looks very female. I don't know how else to describe it. She says that she's often asked if she was born a female. I think she's very pretty. She's looks to me like a female born as a female. Um, she is very controversial. She's into doing blogs and sharing all of her business on the internet. She was in a relationship, I believe, with Aaron Carter recently. Um, she was in another relationship with somebody else that ended very badly. This is just to give you some background. She's a self-proclaimed troll where she will come out and say something for views and clicks and then kind of backtrack on it, even if it's on a serious subject, which is a little bit disturbing, but this is the internet, so this is what happens. So yesterday, she comes out and says that she is transgendered and that she's felt like this for years and that this is just, it is what it is. Her reasoning was a little crazy, okay? She's trying to explain herself. She's trying to say how she feels. So I was watching it early in the morning, the actual video and the comments on Twitter. And the comments on Twitter, girl, people came, okay? Trisha was dragged on Twitter, which is not uncommon for anybody who posts something controversial. You are going to get dragged on Twitter. Twitter is the place for the dragging to commence. So all of this happened. She got dragged. And I said, well, do I believe her? Is it up to me to believe her? Does it matter if I believe her? I will say I was curious. I was thinking, she lives her life publicly. We know she's been in therapy. We know she's had some depression issues. We know all of these things from following her channel, reading anything about her, seeing anything from her. We know this already. Why has this never come up before? If she's been in the wrong body, the wrong gender for all of these years, if she's hated herself since 3, 4, or 5 years old, where is this now coming from? It baffled me. I'm not going to lie. I didn't feel like, but I felt a little bit like, is she trying to make a mockery of this in a community where the suicide rate is so astronomically high? And that bothered me. But then I thought, she knows better. She is not going to do that in this community, knowing what's going to happen to her. Then again, she's a self-proclaimed troll, so maybe she would do it. I don't know. But I'm reading more about it and just trying to understand, people on here just went crazy. So when I went back to read some of the comments, I see that she posted an apology video. And because of everything that happened on Twitter and YouTube, she came out just saying, I want to apologize if I offended anybody or hurt anybody, but at the same time, I don't want to apologize for who I feel that I am. And I think that's where we've gotten to in today's culture, is she said something like, today I can be a boy, tomorrow I can be a girl. I'm not going to apologize about how I feel. That baffles some people, because if you are a female on the outside, born as a female, and you feel like a male, then people can sympathize and understand and support that. But when you say something like, today I'm a girl, tomorrow I'm a boy, whatever, I don't identify with any of these pronouns, it gets confusing. You can't compare yourself to a drag queen. You can't say, well, men can put on dresses and makeup and hair, but I can't come out and be who I am. Nobody's saying that. We're saying people have watched you for years. You're not free of your past sins. you've come on the internet and done some questionable things. You've trolled too damn much, and people are confused now on whether or not you're being sincere. That's it. That's all. Um, I mean, everyone coming at Trisha for trying to explain how she feels. If it was sudden and a trend thing, but she did this tweet in 2013. 2013, Trisha Paytas. Why oh why did God curse me with tits and a vajayjay? I am really a gay man trapped in this god-awful woman of a body, sad face, not fair, penis envy. That was a hashtag. Seeing what Trisha's going through makes me sick to my stomach. Stay strong. The haters will always hate, but mentally you will be set free. That tweet there, for the few videos I've watched of Trisha, I did a lot of research this morning. It seems like she is mentally in a jail. And if that's because she's transgendered, then I wish her nothing but clarity on this topic. But I don't know that it's just that. She has seemed like she's in mental turmoil over many things over the years. I mean, I went back some ways and watched some of her more emotional videos, and they were really difficult to watch. I just watched the apology video, and that was really hard to watch too. Trisha, not all transgendered people transition. You do not get to tell me what I am and what I am not. So she is replying to people on Twitter. And then somebody I love, Nick Schneider, fuck it, I'm still wearing my Trish Paytas merch. Now, Nick is a good friend of hers, and whatever went on Twitter earlier, he came live and said, I'm being canceled, and let me tell you what, he is not being canceled. I love Nick. I think he's one of the most honest people on here. I think that he struggled with a lot of things, and he came right out and talked about it, which is more than I can say for a lot of people on here. Everybody tries to hide their flaws and put on the mask, and he hasn't done that since I've been following him. So I have a lot of respect for him, and he is a personal friend of hers. So I'm kind of going to follow his lead on this and where he's going with it and just sit back and watch. I would never judge somebody for coming out feeling like they are who they're saying they are. What I will caution her about, I'm a little older than you, Trisha, and I've been around. Be very careful with what you're sharing. You're sharing something that is absolutely life-changing, okay? And if you've been struggling with this for so long, have clarity in your own mind before you come on the internet and think that possibly you could help somebody else with it. That's very dangerous. You don't seem confident in where you're at emotionally. And I'm sure that you're not. And that's got to be horrible. Now, Trisha says she's been in counseling with a therapist for, I thought I saw 3, but now she said 6 months about this issue. I don't feel like that's a lot of time to really be able to come out and say confidently, this is what it is. But because you've lived your life on the internet, people they feel like they have the right to insert their opinions, just like I'm doing here. If we choose this, then we have to choose the backlash too. We have to choose people embracing us and people hating us, right? So that's unfortunate, but now that it's out there, that's exactly what people are going to do. Only being in therapy for such a short amount of time for this issue and then bringing it to the crazy ass internet probably wasn't the best idea. I'm hoping your apology video gets more positive feedback than the original video did. And I hope that somehow you find peace, because it's sad to watch. It's really sad to watch. And I don't want this girl to spiral into more of a depression and anxiety than she already has been going through, as we've been watching on the internet for so long. There's a lot going on here. She only posted this an hour ago, and there are a lot of comments. I like you, but this is absolutely ridiculous as all fuck. This isn't even an apology. It's more everyone look at me. You literally cannot come back from this with a half-hearted apology video. And there's more. I mean, some people, I 100% believe you. She didn't think about what this video could cause to the community. She was only thinking of herself. I'm so sorry for what you and your mom have gone through. She's talking about somebody else who replied, stop knocking on this door. A lot of people are just completely clowning her. I don't know. I've been with a gender identity therapist specialist for the past 6 months. That's new. Not so long ago, there was just therapy after a breakup, changing in blow of the wind depending on which suits you better at the moment, borderline roller coaster. And I kind of thought that myself. You know, you've been through therapy a lot. And is this new, or is this just new to the internet? I don't know. At the end of the day, you are struggling and questioning your identity. We all do, and there's no reason to attack you for that. However, I do think you need to be aware of your use of language and maybe reflect more on the appropriateness of picking and choosing. That comment, that sums up everything. Be really careful if you choose to live publicly on this internet. Be very careful with what you're saying. You don't get to pick and choose. It doesn't really work that way when you're talking about a topic like this. It just doesn't. And it doesn't. I'm not trans. I'm not in the LGBTQ community. I can't speak for them, but I've read enough to know you don't come out here with kind of half-assed reasoning on why you feel the way that you do, even if that's why you feel the way that you do. You've got to be able to articulate it in a way that people are going to understand. And I think you lessened it for people. And that is never a good thing on the internet. Don't ever minimize what people have gone through. People have died for coming out in this way. People have died for feeling trapped in a body that's not theirs. You've just got to be more careful and more self-aware, and I don't think that you are that. So please don't. From this video, I know we're just an itty bitty channel right now, but we are going to grow. Mark my words. I grew my other channel to over 12,000 followers right now. So I know that this one's going to grow, even though the beauty community is brutal, but we're going to grow it. So don't send her any hate, please. Send her some support. I think she needs people to kind of understand her a little bit better, hopefully. And I know she has good people like Nick around her, so hopefully they are reaching out to her and encouraging her and trying to give her some better wording to use, hopefully. But we will see. We will find other things to talk about as well. We will keep on this. We'll be doing more makeup reviews. I'll probably film tonight and post tomorrow. More giveaways. All kinds of things are coming. So thank you for being here. Make sure you hit the bell on your way out, and don't forget to hit the like. Love you so much. My rich looks.